Video thingy. It's my favorite bit, man.
What's that?
The video thing. It's my favorite bit.
I've been told it's really loud. Unfortunately, I can't turn that down without turning down all of the entire broadcast. So we'll try to get that fixed up in the future. Sorry to anyone if I'm blowing out anybody's speakers, but I'm going to blow out your speakers and your minds right now. Because for the first time on today's stream, we do have the Purple Terran in the bottom left-hand corner of Cloud Kingdom. The man, the myth, the legend. We got uThermal.
And of course, in the upper right-hand corner, we just saw him take down his opponent in a ZVP. Let's see if his ZVT is up to the challenge. He is the green Zerg player. He is DruidzDaax. DruidzDaax. I didn't know if I was going to say DruidzDaax or just Dax, and I went DruidzDaax.
Yeah.
So
Druids is actually one of the teams I'm pretty familiar with, because I'm primarily a Han caster these days. I do, of course, a lot of work with Complexity Gaming and S2 Games, covering the Heroes of New Earth scene, and Druids has been a sponsor in the Han scene for like 4 years. They've had like 7 different teams under their flag, but one that I'm very familiar with, and a very cool sponsor. I mean, not one of your huge sponsors, not your EGs or your Team Liquids or your Complexities, whatnot, but you know, a nice mid-level sponsor, and they've always wanted to keep their involvement in esports high.
sounds awesome. Sounds like a good group of guys. And well, what's going on in the game? We've got Command Center first from uThermal. Going to be walling off with that and his barracks, just to be nice and safe as possible. And well, Dax, he did drone scout, but nonetheless, he's still going to go hatch first, followed by the pool. Doesn't want to go free hatch before the pool, which is a possibility, but just going to play out normal. And well, he's either going to take gas and try to punish this, or he's just going to stay gasless and take a relatively fast third base.
Yeah, the relatively fast third is an option. I personally like taking the earlier gases and trying to not necessarily punish this, but actually get units onto the low ground and prevent the Terrans from securing that second. Say, okay, you've got your second command center. I'm not going to allow you to use it, though. And if you can actually get Zerglings into that base before the command center lands and a bunker goes up, you can actually deny that natural for quite a bit. And that's actually my preferred route. Not necessarily when I'm playing, but when I actually see people do this, I actually like that quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, the amazing thing with Zerg is there's so many viable options with this gas as well. I mean, you can get the Zergling speed up nice and fast, and you can just go very quickly and try and pressure with that. Alternatively, you can as well throw down the Roach-Ron, as we saw J-Power doing earlier, and with the Roach-Ron, of course, getting out some Roaches, putting on the pressure nice and quickly. We see uThermal actually going up. He's taking 2 racks, and now he's going to take 2 gas, so I get the feeling this is probably not going to be any kind of Hellion Banshee play at all, otherwise he would have just stuck to 1 racks. And he's probably just going to get his, well, he's probably going to still get reacted Hellions, but he's also just going to get his upgrades nice and fast and probably go for some kind of 10-minute-ish timing with some Marines, some Medevacs, a couple of Hellions as well, and probably going to look to get his third base down between about 6 and 7 minutes.
So you don't think that it's going to be any Banshees? I think it is going to be Banshees.
Okay, well, the bet is on.
There's the factory.
There's the factory. Now let's watch it build for a minute.
All right. We'll check back in a minute and a half and see if there's a tac lab going to be built by that Rax at some point here. And, yep, the reactor going down now. So we're going to see the reactor Hellions as we both predict.
Yes, so is it a Banshee or is it not a Banshee? This is the important question
It is.
that we're waiting anxiously to see. As Dax, well, he's still continuing to mine gas, and so he's got his Link Speeder Power finish, he's got his Grand Carapace starting up as well. He's starting his second Evo Chamber, so he's probably going to go up to Lair relatively soon, but he's not getting too aggressive. He's got 4 Queens out, and, well, factory's finishing up. Do we see the starport?
Donut. 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 Okay, now it's going to be about where this Rax lands, and there's the Tech Lab! I'm about to win this bet. I'm about to...
I don't think you are. I think it'll be...
whoa,
he's already got
whoa.
Stim on the way.
Damn
is
it.
he going to go... He's going to go Hellion Marauder.
Oh, yes, he is. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, damn. I lose!
You're so excited as well. You're like, yes!
Yeah,
This
I
is
didn't
my
notice that
shot.
Stim had started like 2 seconds beforehand. No! Alright, so he is going to go for that Hellion Marauder build, an extremely strong build on a map like this, and especially against a Zerg that's taken that really early third, that's not going to have a whole lot to defend the third at this point. We see the lair just starting right now. Pretty much a perfect timing on the lair, going to finish up at the same time as +1 carapace. But these Lings, with +1 carapace, they're going to do all right against Hellions if they're microed properly, which that's some great micro, able to segment one off already.
Yeah, and yeah, Dax getting the surround on that first Hellion now. Well, he should just chase this down because it shouldn't be able to get away, and he will be able to kill it. And that's a huge deal straight away when you're going for a Hellion Marauder push. To lose your first two Hellions, like, every unit you lose is just going to make that push ever so slightly weaker because, of course, as you get more and more Hellions, they do a lot more splash damage. And, well, uThermal with a bit of a mistake here to start off with, but he's going to be pushing very soon. And, well, Dax, he's still droning, and he's got speed, but that's pretty much all he's got, and he doesn't even have that much map control to kind of spot for units moving across the map, apart from this first Overlord over the entrance of his opponent's natural, and we'll see if he spots that. He does see it moving across the map, and we will now see the Lings start up in the production tab.
And yeah, the Marauders are completely spotted out right there. Great positioning, and I was really excited to see that maybe the Marauders are going to be snuck around, but they were not. Completely spotted out there, and as you said, the Banelings now being made in addition to a large number of Lings. No Roach is going to be coming out. And with this low number of Hellions, like you said, losing 33% of his Hellion force, I don't know about this. There's not a whole lot of DPS left in this army. Baneling's going to try to connect. They're able to eliminate all the Hellions, and the rest of the units just fall back. Zerglings with +1 armor against these unupdated Marauders are actually going to do pretty well. Spine crawlers and buildings, though, are just going to get actually massacred as the Zerglings are coming in again. Baneling's going to connect, get some pretty good hits on Marauders. You think tanked pretty well and had a good split right there. Marauders and Marine's going to be coming in once again, going on to the Spine crawler. More Zerglings going to come in. All of these units are so deep into the red and yellow. I don't know. I think Dax is actually in a pretty good position right here. Behind this, though, another command center being built by uThermal. He's by no means all in on this push. And it's a good thing because the Zerglings are going to clean up every single one of these units.
Yep, he is indeed, and now he's just going to go counterattack, and, well, he's got the units, so why not? Look at the supplies, 30 supply ahead. He's got a good drone lead as well, and uThermal, I think he realizes what's up, and Dax with a very nice defense here, picking off another Hellion and a Marauder right there, and that's again still just huge. He's going to run in here, maybe a bit of an overcommitment.
Yeah,
and yeah, he's going to run out.
He can pressure through that amount of Hellions. There were, of course, 4 Hellions kiting back right there, and a bunker. So Dax doing a very good amount of damage. If we actually take a look at units lost here, doesn't have that huge of a lead, but has retained a pretty healthy economy the entire time. With his third, he's now going to be able to start droning up heavily, 11 drones in production, and going Spire. Now, I said I liked Spire a lot on Metropolis, and actually the nice scan right there from our Terran player does spot that Spire pretty early on in the production. He's going to have the turrets available to deal with that properly. I don't like Spire as much here on Cloud Kingdom as I do on Metropolis. I still think it's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, it's definitely still fine. He's taking his 4th base behind this. He's spotting that the 3rd base is on the way, or probably assuming the 3rd base is just on the way from the Terran player. And yeah, I mean, the muted play on this map, it's a little bit off. I mean, the problem is if you get stuck in the kind of back corner of the main and you get surrounded, then you're going to end up losing your mutas. So on top of that, it's so easy to shut down the entrance paths for mutas as well. And look at that, that's exactly what uThermal is doing right now. 2 turrets in the back of his natural, probably going to put a turret at his 3rd, and a turret in the back of his min. Oh, well, look at that. That's exactly what he's already doing. That just shuts down all the majority of the entry paths for the mutas, because now, where can they fly into to get into the base? Well, nowhere, really.
Yep, he's covered all those chokes very well, and you listed those off like a champ. Like, I don't know, I mean, on planes a lot of the times you have your stewardesses that tell you, like, you've got 2 entrances to the front, 2 entrances to the side, and you just pointed out, like, the turrets, like, right there. It's like, there's going to be a turret to the back, a turret to the side, 2 turrets to the front, and there they all are. It's like, wow, you're actually a Terran player. You did not lie about playing Terran.
Secretly, I'm a pro Oz who's just too ashamed to admit it.
Dun, dun, dun.
The twist is revealed.
So, a lot of Zerglings on the ground now.
That's the
And
creep spread. Wow.
yeah, that's crazy creep spread, actually.
That's actually crazy creep spread at the 4th base right now. And, well, yeah, sure, it's 14 minutes in the game, 15 minutes in the game. But, I mean, he lost a queen or two to the pressure at the start as well. He needs to be careful with these mutas. Again, not really finding a way to do much with these right now. But, really, look at this. 23 Banons morphed in. He's just probably going to just try and bust straight up here and just use them mutas to try and pick off them tanks.
Yep, going to be able to get a supply depot. Ooh, nice cancel right there. Replacing it with a turret. Mutas might be able to try to pick that turret off. This is a pretty good defensive setup here by uThermal. Tanks.
Yep, the Baneling.
Well, Muta's going to come in. This is a terrible engagement with those Mutalists, actually. Zerglings and Banelings being choked up here, and this is actually looking okay for the Zerg somehow. The Zerglings and Banelings going to overrun everything on the ground. Tanks on the high ground, still taking good shots, though. And I don't think there's enough here on this for the Zerg to clean this up. Certainly not to break the natural. Marines are going to be evacuated out of the bunker, and we'll be able to clean up everything in the natural. The third, though, had to be lifted. A lot of SCVs killed, and going to lose a couple supply depots here as well. Those Mutalists, though, got absolutely nothing done.
Yeah, Dax was maybe a little bit overeager. He's still engaging, though. More links streaming in. Does he have enough? There's actually a lot of links, then he will now back off, and yeah, he just needs to go back, get some infestors up. He's got his Pathogen Clans and Hive on the way, so he can transition out of this quite well. But that was a little bit of a kind of overcommitment, you know. I think he thought, hey, I'm so far ahead, let's just go finish this. He doesn't look like he's housed much, but a really good defense from uThermal, using his buildings to his advantage there, wasted as many bins as possible. Great tank positioning on the high ground and at the natural as well. And, well, he's traded effectively, and that's why Dax right now isn't 1-0.
Yeah, and once again, the building positioning, you touched on it right there, actually creating a choke point for all the Zerglings and Banelings to be able to fit through. With just default pathing, the Zerglings and Banelings all hit that same choke point. Didn't detonate, didn't go around, anything like that, and allowed tanks to get gigantic hits off right there. And uThermal, he's certainly doing better than he was a few minutes ago. Still in a lot of trouble in this game, though. Our Zerg player is up to 101 drones. He's just containing his opponent while getting that economy going. Got a ton of infestors coming out right now. Gonna have a total of 10 infestors coming out and going up to Greater Spire.
Yeah, so many infestors right now. This drop in the natural is going to get shut down pretty easily. Another drop and loading right now over towards the 4th base. He needs to just be a little bit careful, and, well, I think Dax is going to be able to clean that up easily. And look at the supplies, man. Dax, 40 supply ahead, 2.3k, 1k in the bank as his Greater Spire starts up. He's going to lose a queen at his 4th base right now, but his lings are going to get there pretty soon afterwards. And, well, uThermal's going to trade as best he can.
Yeah, going to get decent positioning there, like you said, trading out. But in the end, the Zerglings will be able to clean up all of these units. And the Medevac just going to hover above. Maybe try to bait some out, fungals out of the infestors, of course. It's something that as a Zerg player, you hate seeing the air unit just sitting above your army. But at the same time, you don't want to have to waste 2-3 fungals. You know, I'm talking 200 to 250 energy on your infestors. On killing that Medevac. So probably just going to let it live. And already we saw some creep clearing coming out of our Terran player, and he's starting to move out right now. His army is 8 tanks, a couple of Vikings, 50 some odd Marines with some Medevac support. A pretty hefty looking army, but Zerglings coming into the 3rd. Gonna have to lift this up once again. That is not enough Marines to save these SCVs. A lot of SCVs go down. The refineries as well.
Infestors.
And yeah, the infestors being cleaned up over here. They're going in for big fungals. They'll be able to kill a group of Marines there, about 12, 15 Marines. But look at the Zerglings here. 2-2 Zerglings overrunning the natural right here. And so many SCVs are going to be dying. The Terran going for an all-out base trade. The Marines going to be trying to connect onto the 4th base. The tank's not even bothering to siege up. The spy call is all going to be going down right here. The 4th's going to be lost. Just completely sacrificed, but everything in the main for our Terran player is under attack. uThermal down below 100 supply now, and I don't know. What do you think about this? The Zerglings now backing up to try to deal with this push. The tank's going to try to start sieging. There's infested Terrans coming in, lobbing all over these tanks, and the Zerglings coming around to the back right here. This could be the end for uThermal as the Zerglings just crush and envelop everything. This is the power of the swarm, and everything is dead.
And wow, Dax, he prepared for that so well. It was so well thought out. He said, well, yeah, sure, kill my 4th. What's it matter? You just lost everything in your natural. You've lost a lot of production in your main. And well, that's the power of the Zerg, man. You can run back so quickly to get back then defend, and when a situation like that, I think uThermal would have been better to turn around, go home, and try and defend. And why cast me versus Zerg? He's probably going to GG.
GG
Wow.
comes out, and that is going to do it.